Hi and welcome to another session of advanced readings. This is a technique that we use in spiritualism a lot, and it also inspired me when I had the oracle readings through the Nadi oracles, where our messages were given to me thousands of years in advance. Mind-boggling stuff. And also, of course, it's used in when you're using clairvoyance by email reading and sometimes by telephone. You know things before the person calls you. So I'm inspired by this technique and I hope it helps you. There could be a message here for you today. So you'll see me working in blue light for this, because this is how the medium can get close to spirit. We often use a red or blue light in my circle, particularly if you're doing physical or trance work. Anyway, hope you enjoy these sessions. Okay, I've got somebody with me who is English. I want to give the name Mavis. I want to go back a generation with this. I feel like I feel a bit old-fashioned with the vibration she's giving me. So I feel I'm further up north. I might be somewhere like, I don't know, north to me is from Darlington. I think I want to say Darlington area. And Mavis used to work with flowers when she was younger. And I feel that she may have worked in greenhouses that grew flowers. I feel wholesale rather than flower shop, and always had a love of this through her life, even after she finished her work. She's somebody's grandmother, I feel. Very funny lady, actually. I'm getting a very good sense of humour with her. And she had quite a lot of jewellery, none of it expensive though. I feel quantity made up for quality, you know, fake pearls and things I'm seeing here. And she'd always wear something quite elaborate like that. She had a friend or something called Dolly, and I want to connect with the Dolly. Someone out there would understand Dolly, connected with her. And Dolly was also interested in the flowers too, and I feel they went to the Chelsea Flower Show together, would have come down to London together to do that. And she's saying that, well, she wants to say she's safe and well, first of all, and people have been talking about her just recently, because I think there was her birthday or something had been talked about. And I think Dolly's birthday was a very similar time as well. So we're going back a bit, because I'm seeing old black and white TVs and things like that. And I feel that she's sending her love out, because I feel a younger person is listening to this. It would be your grandmother that we're talking about here. Mother's side, I believe she's saying to me. And she was a little bit deaf, this lady too. She suffered from deafness in the end, which was a shame, because it means she had to shout all the time, and it was seemed a bit embarrassing because she spoke too loud, because she couldn't hear her own voice in her own ear. Well, only partly, you know, not completely deaf she says, but she's losing it. And she says, the message for you is, she achieved quite a lot in her time, because it was a time when ladies couldn't be that independent. And I feel she says, I'm an independent lady. And the person listening to this, your name might be C name of some sort, Kath or Kathy or something. Can't quite hear it, but she's saying, go out and achieve. Go out and do your thing, because you can do just as well as I can, but far more, because there's more opportunity for you today. Your job's changed. It's not really a job, it's something much more than that. It's much more independent. So she says, treasure your independence and go for it, girl. So maybe that message was for you, and if it was, please do leave a comment in the comments below on YouTube, so that other people can recognize that this is real. I mean, if you look back at some of the older videos, you'll see that some of the most strange and obscure messages have been taken to the letter, and there's been some interesting stories that have developed once a person has made the comment. So leave a comment, and even if the message isn't for you, it's still a good idea to leave a comment, because this helps spirit to connect with us and maybe get you a message next time. Now I've got someone talking to me who's an older man. I've not heard his name yet, but the thing that he shows me is he was a gymnast. You know, when they sort of jump around on the horse and things like that, and in the gym, and they can do spins and things like that. I feel he could bounce on a trampoline and spin and all this sort of thing when he was a young man. And he gives me the feeling that he was quite a high achiever with the sports when he was young. He lived to an old age, but the times I'm seeing seem to go back to sort of being a sportsman in the sort of between the wars sort of thing almost. So he must have lived to a ripe old age, this man. And I feel he I don't know what country he's from, because I get the feeling I've got a slight foreign accent as he speaks to me. I feel he could have spoken English, but I'm getting the sense that he would have had something to do with Eastern Europe or Russia, that type of thing. But I feel as if I've got someone here who wants to say I was a gymnast, I'm still remembered, right? And he won medals too, because I feel he did really well. And he's proud of himself. And he lived to a ripe old age, because I feel he's up near 100 years old with his time on Earth. And he had very piercing blue eyes, I want to say, with him that you will remember. And kept a large part of his hair, even when he was old. And so he's talking about diet, food, keeping healthy. And the person listening to this, who the message is for, would understand those things, because you're trying to do something very similar in many ways. Different field, but you're trying to do something very similar, particularly with your health. You might be doing something similar but different, like yoga or swimming or something like that. Something that he didn't quite do, but requires the same determination. He also could play the piano, I feel, so quite a skilled man, and was very good with chess. And he's saying, he says the person who's receiving this will understand something about the white flower, okay? A flower of some sort that he shows me that seems to be important, significant. I don't know if this is an emblem or something, but there's something about the flower. You understand that. And I'm also seeing, I don't know if there's also been some connection here somewhere, because I saw the east of Europe. I don't know if I'm seeing Estonia or something here, because there's something that might have had a visit there or done something, had some connection with that small country. And so it's definitely an Eastern European name, Jakovic or something like that. That's way out, but I can't connect it. That's why I say something like that. And the person receiving this message is also, you're studying a lot at the moment. You're going to be doing examinations soon. And I feel that's going to go very well. I sense a very good result for the examination. So he's saying, keep trying, keep going. He's kind of he's an old man who had a good youth, who wants to encourage the young. And I feel with him, he likes the revolutionary spirit of the young. As people get older, they get complacent, he says, but he never did. But he's saying that youthful spirit he's encouraging with you. So that's the message for you. And he's saying it will all go well, and you'll find your accommodation soon. Okay, so massive love from him. Okay, I've got a message from somebody here who's telling me they had a Romany background, and because I'm seeing horses and strawberry fields and sort of some of the traditional areas that Romanies like to work in. It's a gentleman that's talking to me. He's quite a stocky, short man, I want to describe. I feel, salt of the earth. He'd wear a cap and he'd be working with the horses, and I get the feeling with him, quite a rough diamond with him, but quite a clever man, really. He knew how to do a deal. He knew everything there was to know about horses, what's good and what's bad with them. And I feel a heavy smoker, and I feel he may have had a problem with one eye, because I get a slight twitch in one eye, I feel, around him, as if there's a sort of a slight, that would be a noticeable feature of his behaviour. And he is, he could drink a lot, but would never seem drunk, if you see what I mean. He always seemed to be able to absorb it. And he could, if you knew him, if you were his friend with tremendous loyalty. But then there was him and everyone else, and you and friends and family, and that's it, you know. So he was quite insular in the way he dealt with his family and friends. You had to really get to know him before he took you in as a friend. I think I want to say the name Cooper, or a message going out for the people with the name Cooper, right? And I'm hearing him talking about, couldn't quite hear it. Maddie, or something like that. I can't quite hear the name. Who was the female I'm talking about? She's my queen, he says, for some reason. That might make significant to you. And this man knows that the person receiving this message would immediately know who he is, I feel. There's no could-be's with this message. He says, you will know me exactly when you hear this message from Craig. And he says that recently 4 people have died all in a row, quite soon after each other, he says. There was a lot of tragedy for the persons received. This isn't him, it was 4 others. 4 others, he says, had died quite tragically. And it's been a hard time for you. And you know, he loved the dogs as well, he says, and he's talking about a lot of dogs have come over here. And again, there's been a few losses of those recently. There's been a lot of death around. And he's saying, keep your chin up, because you know, life does go on for all of us. And he wants to let you know that he comes and looks over you, and you often think of him because he kind of represents another era to you, you know, when there was a lot more freedom for people like him to be able to move around the country, and much more country for him to enjoy as well. And he was always one that believed in keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. And it's the same in life, actually. You know, just roll with the punches and keep moving on. There's always something new. That's what I feel his attitude is. And in a way, it's your attitude too. So do take his love and know that he's there. He looks down upon you as a sort of a kind of a protector in some respects. And someone that had a very down-to-earth wisdom that is very rare in this world. So I hope that helped, because it's lovely doing this and giving messages to people out there, and I know some of you get very excited by the messages that you get, so thank you for your feedback. And if you do enjoy watching all this, why not come and get a reading at my website, because I've got a team of readers, you know, that are on there 24/7, and there's lots of special deals there at the moment. For example, in the UK, if you're a new customer, you can use our welcome offer and get 29p a minute for the first 10 minutes, so you can try a reading for very little. Same with the USA, we've got 59 cents per minute for the first 10 minutes on the welcome offer. So thanks for watching my channel. And do come back and follow us. Click that little bell thingy at the bottom of the page there. We do loads of things here, as well as all these readings. We've got my family involved. We've got all sorts of investigations. We've got my mystic talks, so we're inspired. We got lots of readings. You'll see our stuff with the media and all sorts of things. So keep watching, and keep watching now, because coming up will be the playlist of more videos like this one today. So there could be another message there for you today.